Assalamu alaikum, namaste, and welcome everybody to the News Hour with your favorite host and host Jennifer Rogers. And if you are new to our channel, do not forget to share this video with all your friends and family so they are aware about all the things happening in Qatar and all around the world. And with that, we are also available on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, where we post a lot of interesting content and it's just for you. And do not forget to check out our other channel, which is qatarday.com. Do not forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, which is also called Qatar Day. Now with that, I have about 3 local and 2 international news for you. So let's just get into it. The first one being now the rain season, that's Al Wasmi season, set to begin in Qatar from Friday. The Qatar Department of Meteorology started that the onset of Al Wasmi season is expected to begin from the October 16th. Also started the season will last for 52 days. In the statement on Twitter, QMD said that the season is named so because it coincides with the rainfall that helps certain local plants to grow. And during the season, the clouds move from the west to east and an indication of good rainfall is also observed. Now, based on its climate records, the maximum temperature will gradually decrease in Doha and is set to reach less than 35 degrees Celsius. On the other hand, the minimum temperature will fall about 20 degrees Celsius with an overall mild temperature during daytime and relatively cool temperature at night, accompanying with the northwesterly winds. During this inevitable weather transition period, QMD also warned against flu and other diseases which commonly occur, which we also call as viral fever or flu. Now, experts recommend taking flu vaccinations, wash hands regularly and avoid direct contact around any people who are sick. People you know who are sick, avoid any direct contact with them. Now, let me give you one other very important news today, which is COVID-19 can now survive on cash for about 28 days. So yes, if you're handling cash, you have to remember that COVID-19 does stay on cash for about 28 days. Coronavirus can survive on certain surfaces, including banknotes and mobile screens, for nearly a month in cooler climates. New research by Australian scientists suggests COVID-19 is able to survive in open for significantly longer length of time than that was previously. So I guess the virus has also evolved around within the time goes. So before it couldn't go on for more than a week. Now it is 28 days. It can survive for 28 days on these surfaces. Now, according to the study by the Australian Commonwealth Scientific and Industrial Research published by the Virology Journal, the establishing how long the virus really remains while on surfaces enables us to be more accurately predict and mitigate its spread and do a better job for protecting our people. According to the research, the virus has proven to be extremely stable and able to thrive on smooth, non-porous surface, including paper and plastic and also banknotes, glass and steel. So on these surfaces, it is bound to live for longer or stick on for longer. And with that, kept around room temperature for 20 degrees Celsius, COVID-19 stayed alive for a whopping of 28 days, which is some 10 days longer than the survival time of the regular flu virus. It should be noted that the experiment was carried out in dark and in a UV light and very effective in killing the coronavirus. Now, the higher temperature adds significantly less comfort for the virus. At 40 degrees Celsius, it was able to survive for less than 24 hours. And at 30 degrees Celsius, the COVID demonstrated quite some mixed results, staying alive for some 7 days on stainless steel, plastic notes and glass, but only 3 days on wire and cotton clothes. On paper cash, the contagious virus was detected after 25 days under these conditions. So now with this, the PHCC and the Darubi Health partner for offering digital programs for patients with chronic conditions. So the program also includes interactive educational lessons and an action plan tailored to specifically condition of an individual to build long-term healthy habits in order to achieve their goals. Now, the Primary Healthcare Corporation (PHCC) has announced its partnership with the Dhruvi Health to recruit 2,200 new members, offering digital health program for people with type 2 diabetes at the risk of chronic conditions. This partnership comes after a pilot in 2019 with 500 patients recruited at the PHCC's Rawat Al Khair and centers to trial Dhruvi's diabetes management program. Initial results from the pilot showed improved clinical outcomes such as lowered average of the blood sugar levels and weight, and the Dhruvi solution has been proven to be a valuable asset during the ongoing COVID-19 crisis, helping to minimize the impact on regular care delivery and cope with blockage, increased waiting list and lack of regular follow-ups, which pose health risks to people or the patients living with chronic diseases or chronic conditions. Now, the renewal of this partnership is a part of the continuous effort exerted by the PHCC to support the proactive management of high-risk diabetes patients during COVID-19 pandemic via the Virtual Diabetes Management Clinic. As a result of this initiative, 59% of PHCC's high-risk diabetic population have received a telephone or a telephonic conversation or a consultation with their family physician. The Dhruvi Health Program will be utilized to further support this group of patients through self-management, lifestyle changes and access to health educators experienced in diabetic management and nutrition. Now, more than 70% of the Qatari nationals are overweight and 12 suffer from diabetes. Many are looking for clinically effective, stable solutions to help them manage their chronic diseases or chronic conditions and improve overall health. At the Health of Dhruvi's program, they are designed to empower people to achieve their health goals through sustainable lifestyle changes. Now, with this, let me get to the international part of the day, which is pangolis, which are found to carry coronavirus strains, still are being used in China. The Chinese government is still allowing the use of pangoli scale of traditional medicine despite pleading to protect the world's most trafficked wild mammal. Now, the pangolis are covered with layers of scales which are designed to protect them against predators. So the scales are highly coveted by the traditional Chinese medicine practitioners, while the pangolin meat have been seen as a delicacy for China's wealth or the wealthy elite people there. Now the species are now in a brink of extinction. A report by the Environmental Investigation Agency, the EIA, titled China's Complicity in Global Illegal Pangolin Trade, reveals online sale platforms such as eBay and Taobao continue to advertise pangolins products, which major pharmaceutical companies including the leading China Beijing Tongren Group offer similar items directly on their website. As per the research, 221 companies have been licensed to sell items containing pangolin scales, which are appeared in ingredients in 64 different products. So the watchdog group said that it's revealed major loopholes in China's regulations that needed to be closed if the government is serious about protecting endangered wildlife. Now, the novel coronavirus possibly emerged from a combination of genetic shuffling and the evolutionary selection of gene among the species like bats and pangolin virus before it reached humans, according to the research. According to the traditional Chinese medicines, pangolin scales are believed to promote blood circulation, homeostasis, and diminish inflammation. Now with this, let me get to the last international update of the day, which is Microsoft now takes down global criminal botnet that could have affected the US election. The Microsoft on Monday said that it disrupted a major cybercrime digital network that used more than 1 million zombie computers to loot bank accounts and spread ransomwares. Now, this could have indirectly affected the US presidential election infrastructure if allowed to continue. The action coincides with an offensive by the U.S. Cyber Command to disrupt the cyber criminal, at least temporarily, according to the Washington Post. The operation to knock offline commands and control servers for global botnet is used as an infrastructure known as the TrickBot to infect computers with malware, was initiated with an order that the Microsoft obtained in Virginia federal court on October 6. Now with this, the TrickBot's operation has been decentralized. Fallback systems and employee erupted the routing, and the company took down the server behind the TrickBot, which criminals were using to launch their other cyber attacks, including the strain of the highly potent ransom. Now the ransomware seizes targets for computers and freezes until their victims pay up. Though the expert urged them to affected by the ransom should not encourage these hackers by complying with their demands. The announcement follows a Washington Post reported on Friday by the major efforts of the US Military Cyber Command to dismantle the TrickBot beginning last month, with direct attacks then asking providers to deny hosting to domains using command and control servers. Now recently, researchers have noted a rise in the TrickBot's use in ransom attacks, targeting everything from municipal and to state government to school districts and hospitals. So they are attacking everybody right now. A spare technical report by Microsoft on Monday says that the TrickBot has been used to spread the Rook ransomware, which has been attacking more than 20 organizations per week and was reportedly the ransomware struck the Universal Health Services. The ransomware poses a risk to the election process if the system designed to support voting are brought down. Now with this, I'm done with all the updates for today. Thank you so much for logging on to Qatar Day. Keep loving, keep supporting, keep watching Qatar Day, the pulse of the nation. Me, your host and host, Jennifer Rogers, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Until then, remember, as I always tell you, take care of yourself, eat healthy, stay healthy, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Khuda Hafiz. Bye-bye.